What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video, we're going to be talking about the Jack Daniel's Indian ride that went on earlier in October. This is another video in the series that I'm going to try to be doing about checking out Indian focused events. Now, I did the Indian Bike Week, posted a link to that in the corner up here somewhere. And this is the second one I did. This one was actually hosted by Indian and Jack Daniel's. So it's the first time I went to an event that was hosted by the manufacturer. And yeah, it was pretty cool. It's the 10th anniversary, so it was supposed to be a big deal. So we went to go check it out, and this is our time there.
We stayed at a hotel right behind Chattanooga where everything was going on. We stayed at the La Quinta. Chattanooga was all booked up, so this is a nice alternative. We just had across the street in a parking lot. We were right there. The rooms are nice, and for the price, we couldn't beat it. After getting all our stuff in the room, we had to find somewhere to eat, and we found this place a short walk away called The Feed. It was a fun atmosphere in there. There was bingo going on. It was a little loud, but the food was good, and we had a good time. Definitely worth checking out. The following morning, we arrived at 10 o'clock sharp. A lot of the bikes were starting to line up, and people were starting to arrive for check-in. They were setting up for demo rides, which is kind of cool. The new lineup was there, so if you wanted to ride something, you could. There was already a pretty big crowd out there when we got there. After getting checked in, we got our swag bag. This is a lot of stuff that was in it. Some of it was from other events, but I just pictured everything in there. There was a bandana, a water bottle, t-shirt, some gift certificates to other places. It was a pretty good size swag bag. Since we had some time to kill before the first event, we stopped off at the Urban Stack.
I'm surprised my leg came out, but there you go. Burgers are so good, both of them. But Wagyu burger, spend the $4, definitely worth it.
After lunch, our first pit stop was Lookout Mountain and the Incline Railway. This thing was cool. This train goes up this mountain. It's over a mile long, and it's crazy how steep it is, especially at the top. Definitely worth checking out. At the top, aside from the breathtaking views, you gotta stop and take a look at the motor and the cable system they have running this thing. It's pretty cool. After Lookout Mountain, we headed back towards the hotel, and we stopped off at the Coker Museum. This is pretty cool. They have a lot of cool cars in there, airplanes. There's an area where people are actually working on, I don't know if they're customer cars or what, but they're in there working on cars. It's a live museum. It's got a lot of cool stuff in there. I highly recommend checking it out. It is, for the gearhead in you, this is worth a visit. Now it's time for the fun to begin. We all started lining up and found out that they were going to do an unveiling of a 25-year model bike. Unfortunately, I can't show you what that was because it had us lock up our phones and sign an NDA. After the unveiling, we were able to use our phones again. They had live music going on. They had awards and a few other things going on. They had free food, which was awesome. A couple of drinks. The place itself was real cool. It had an indoor bowling alley outside. They had bags and a cool spot to hang out. This really was a nice spot. Started day 2. It's gonna be the first ride today. We're gonna head off to Jack Daniel's. We're here really early. They got the food spread set up. Bikes starting to line up. This is gonna be a good day. And it was. It was a little chilly in the morning, but as the day progressed, it started getting warm. I think it was in the mid 70s by the time we got to Jack Daniels. The route itself was shown a little bit earlier. It was a really nice route. It started off with some police escorts to help us get out of town. Once we got out into like the roads that head off into the mountains, it was pretty much all us to take care of it. They did a really good job making sure that we got to where we were going. They sprinkled in some of the local IMRG riders in. And they were identified by like their green vest, so that way if we got lost or got broken up from the pack, these guys would help get us to Jack Daniels. It was a really well organized event. The ride was awesome. Some mountain twisties, and then some beautiful scenery running past lakes. It just really was a good ride. When we arrived at Jack Daniels, they had a section set up just for us to park our bikes. They had a tent set up with food, and let me tell you, the food was great. They had like tacos and nachos and stuff like that, but the pork was really good, and so was the chicken. Everything there was really good. Couldn't go wrong. They had on-site barrel lids. I think they had barrel lid halves. They were doing engravings, so you can get those done if you wanted. They had a couple other people over there with samples. I think they had wine and then some other stuff. It was a really nice setup over there, and they did a real good job with this. And then we were able to walk across the street, check out the Jack Daniels gift shop and stuff, or walk around the town of Lynchburg. The Lynchburg Town Square was nice. Had a bunch of little shops and restaurants to check out. And of course, I had a really big Jack Daniels store that you almost have to stop in to check out. After the event, you're pretty much on your own to get back. So my fellow Route 66 IMRG brothers and sisters hopped on the bikes and headed back. Another beautiful route, beautiful scenery, some nice turns, and some just good times. It really was. Still a lot of beautiful riding in this area. Worth checking out. The local IMRG had set up an event at the stadium over there, but my wife and I missed that because we had reservations for dinner somewhere else at the Chattanoogan. So we had a good dinner, listened to some jazz, and then After that, we went over to Clumpy's Ice Cream for dessert. Saturday took us to Barber Motorsports Park. There was 2 separate rides that you could take. You could take the highway, which is straight there, or the scenic route, which took a lot longer, but was pretty awesome. We did a kind of hybrid. We did some of the scenic route, and then halfway we jumped on the expressway since we kind of got a late start. Everybody, day 3 from the Indy and Jack Daniels event. We're coming to you from Barber Motorsports Park. We got some racing in the background. You're going to hear in a second when they come going past us. Flat trackers, man. Yeah, so this is the last day of the event. It's at Barber Motorsports Park. There's vintage days going on. You can see all the vintage Japanese bikes over there. If you've been to this place, you know how big it is. Stuff everywhere, so wander around, check it out. Hopefully it can make it to the museum because there's so much stuff to look at over here, and it is pretty awesome. So thanks to Jack Daniels and Indy Motorcycles for putting on this event. It's been awesome. Hopefully I have some video to share with you guys because there's just too much to look at. It's gonna be The Barber Vintage Motorsports Museum is a definite must-see if you're a gearhead. This place has anything from early 1900s to modern day supercars, superbikes, and everything in between. There's just so much stuff to see in this place. We unfortunately didn't have enough time to see it all. I am definitely gonna have to come back to this place because it is amazing. And I hear they change up a lot of the exhibits, so it's never the same place twice. This place is awesome. You really need to check it out if you're a gearhead. All right, we are back from Barber Motorsports Park. I got my lovely bride in the video this time because, you know, I gotta put her in the video every now and then. That place is pretty cool. We had a good time. We're gonna have to definitely come back. There was so much stuff there. We just didn't get a chance to see it all. Now we are on our way to Public House for dinner. And then, yeah. Time to pack and relax. Get ready to go home. Sadness and sorrow. Filet, mashed taters, New York strip. Yum. This place came highly recommended by somebody I know, so said I needed to try the filet. What is the first issue? For dessert, you know, you can't go to the South and not have banana pudding. And then my beautiful bride is having some vanilla bean creme brulee. Yum.
Alright, so that was the video. Hope you guys liked it. We had a great time. Everything pretty much ran really smooth. It was on time. The food that was catered, with the exception of the last day, was pretty awesome. The food at the unveiling event was great. The food at the Jack Daniels tent, man, that was amazing. Everything there was really good. The food at the Barbara Motorsports Park, that was kind of compared to the other day, that was kind of like that was box lunches, but I mean, hey, free lunch, can't really complain. And everything else that they did was top notch. It was a good time. Like I said, everything ran smooth. The swag bag was pretty nice. T-shirt, keychains, posters, bandanas, I mean, all kinds of stuff. And then a discount at the local Indian dealer. So a lot happened. It was a good time, like I said. So I would say check it out. They are doing it again in 2025. I believe the dates are in the beginning of October. I don't know them off the top of my head. But they are talking about doing it again. I'm not sure where it's going to be. If it's still going to be in Chattanooga or somewhere else, but they're doing it again. Yeah, that's going to do it for this one. If you have any other Indian focused events that are coming up, leave them in the comments below. I'd like to check them out and hopefully learn some more stuff about the riders and, you know, the kind of events they like to put on. I'm open to checking out other things too. I've been to Daytona Bike Week, and hopefully to start traveling to a couple other bike weeks or other events. But right now I'm kind of focused on the Indian ones just to see what those are like. So thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Helps me out a lot. And yeah, that's gonna do it. So remember, you only live once. Live life to the fullest. See you in the next video. Take care.